Hello again, wonderful people of YouTube. Got another one for you again today, 3 in a row. This is the new MP15DC for Caltrain on the Peninsula Corridor route for Train Sim World. I'm going to go ahead and cut to the chase. The thing is good. You don't have to watch the video if you don't want. Go get it. It's good. This is just a journey mode. Not going to bother doing scenarios because there's only a few, so things like scenarios and Train Sim World, I'll leave those for you to do yourself and explore them. But anyway, let's get started. So this is Extra 03 northbound, maintenance of way part 2, and we are up near San Francisco currently. But we'll just go around it real quick. In a nutshell, it is a fine model. I mean, as always, like all models in TSW look fantastic. It's got moving brake parts, which is unique and interesting. And it just flat out looks good. It sounds good. It sounds a lot better than I expected it to, including the horn. Which honestly, I expected it to be bad. I didn't have a lot of hopes for it, considering the Amtrak switcher. But it's good. It's got a lot of stuff inside to flip and mess around with. Unfortunately, there's not a manual at present on the Steam store. As with the MP36 that just came out for this route, there was no manual either. So hopefully we'll see that in the next coming week or so, considering what's going on right now. Anyway, let's get started. It's good though. It is good. I like it. Alright, so we're going to get her set up. Let's get our reverser key put in. Generator field on. Get our instrument lights on. Those look nice. Openable windows and doors. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and set us up for the lead unit. Gonna get our brakes cut into freight, in which this is just part of it. The reason I like this is what you can do with this engine. The issue with the Amtrak switcher is all you can do is build Amtrak trains, and that that gets old after a while, in my opinion. But there's all kinds of stuff to do with this here. You got your doors. You got like a little auxiliary heat controller over here. You can open the windows, of course. These little seats here, which pop back up after a moment. Just a nice little touch. You got your control fuse cabinet panel down here. I don't know why I said control. A few switches over here work. Here's the ISO set to run, which is where it should be and is good. Headlight control. Let's see, main breaker. There's a fuse test here with that bulb there. Fuel pump, headlights, da-da-da-da-da. It's all set to go. There's also safety devices, but we're going to leave that off for the video. Alright, so stand back up. So what are we going to do here? Let's take a look at the map, make sure we are pathed correctly. We are. Okay, so we're going forward. Reverser is forward. Independent brake all the way on. Auto brake all the way off. We'll get our front headlights set. Over here is your number lights panel. There's your step lights, which are already on. That does nothing. I'm not quite sure what this does. Like I said, there's no manual, unfortunately. But it's gotta have something to do with switching. It says switching on there, so yeah. Radio switch, that does nothing, but anyway. Here's your bell knob, which is a nice touch, looks good. Anyway, let's stop dilly-dallying and get going. Alright, brakes off, 2 blasts for safety. past it. Oh dear. Never goes according to plan when I'm driving. Alright, so we need to back up. Also trying to eat lunch. Just making excuses. So as far as the journeys, or timetable, I'm sorry, that comes with this, there's quite a lot to do. There's some basic switching, some light engine moves, of course putting Caltrain together. You can set up a special train, I forget the actual name of it at this point in time. And then of course maintenance of way duties. So there's quite a bit you can do, fortunately. Alright, set our road. And that's our cars there. So we'll hop back in, and just like in a switcher, it's basically like an atrium. So you can see all around you, because you never know which way you'll be facing at any given time. So we're just gonna swap around here to the rear. Let's go get our cars. Alright, apply a little indie brake. It'll be about under 3 miles an hour to be safe. So let's go ahead and apply some train brake. Full service, check the pressure, release the indie brake. Alright, so 16 miles, stop at location South San Francisco West Yard Track 03. Alright, here's us. We're going to run straight on down. Let's get that fixed. Of course, you can always hop out of the cab and do these yourself, but for the sake of time, we're just going to do it from the map. You can also use free cam keys, if any of you didn't know. Just a little tip there, make things easier. Alright, so let's get moving. I was very pleased driving this thing for about the 2 hours I did earlier today. I try not to get my expectations too high. The game is still kind of young, but you know, not only does this make Caltrain Peninsula Corridor like the penultimate North American track now in the game, it just adds a little bit more stock and things to see, things going on to the line, which is great. Makes it feel more alive, more realistic. There is actually dynamic sound in this, pleasantly. With the lately released MP36 Baby Bullet, the in and outside cab sound is kind of funky. I can't really notice the difference, but with this thing you certainly can. Alright, so we got a higher running speed now of 30. get off these switches here and we'll apply some power. But I feel like we're starting to get some decent North American stock in the game. I know a lot of people aren't pleased with Oakville Subdivision, like the video I just did on, was it yesterday? Wednesday. We're starting to get some good stuff in the game for North America. Not sure if this is a silent area through here or not, but we'll pretend it's not. Alright, 16 miles, San Fran. Redwood City, one of my favorite stations or stops on this line. Really like that sign. I'm gonna cheat a little bit and look ahead here. Alright, so at this time, I'll shut it. We'll just take in the sights and sounds of the journey. Come back towards the end of the video. Just a quick note, as you see on the HUD, the speed is limited to 80. I'm fairly certain these would not be allowed to travel at such speeds. Probably closer to maybe 50, 55, 60 mile an hour. So it's obviously set for the regular passenger services. Well, it certainly is a good piece of DLC. It looks good, it sounds good, it's got some decent services you can do. I've not even touched the scenarios yet, but they look interesting while they also look like pretty much the same stuff that you're going to see in the Journey and Timetable mode. But there is a variation, most importantly, which again is what the Amtrak switcher did not have. Is you just building trains with it going no faster than about 5 miles an hour. This is totally different. I've not run into anything weird as of yet. There's usually bugs with new stuff that happens, and you know they eventually get fixed. The only kind of oddball thing I ran into was earlier today. I was doing a another timetable mode where you bring a train off of Dearden and bring it back to the yard. And by the time I had done that and I was exiting the yard, I ran into a Caltrain service heading towards San Francisco on the same line I was on. It didn't hit me per se, it stopped right in front of me, but there was basically nothing I could do but end the scenario. But other than that, I've not noticed anything weird. It seems pretty well done. Apparently, Dovetail had access to the engine itself in California when they went. But I believe one was dead or inoperable, and the other, because they've only got two, was in use. So they could basically just take reference shots. And then I believe someone mentioned they got the sounds off of an older 1500 from Train Simulator, maybe. But of course, it's a little bit different, just like the GP9RM and the GP9 for Oakville Subdivision. Well, the sounds are essentially the same. They're, I guess, they're implemented a little bit different. All right, so we're getting close. Got about 3 miles to San Francisco, West Yard Track 03. Which is going to bring us to a subject I wanted to touch on as well, which is the frame rate. Up through here, it's fine. I've got it set to 60, but I'm doing a lot of things with my computer right now, and it's averaging at around 40. Of course, when you get up near the maintenance depot, Dearden or San Francisco, it's going to drop drastically. I noticed playing earlier that it did do that, so it's, you know, it's nothing new. It happened before. It's not like this, you know, brought on any new frame murdering capabilities or anything. But I will reiterate for the probably 250th time, it is a complete shame that we can't use the auto racks here. Or, I'm sorry, auto racks. What the hell am I talking about? The center beams. They're here, they're modeled. We just cannot use them, unfortunately. And we're going to cross here at too fast a speed. Alright, maybe not. Let's slow down anyway. But as far as kind of freight non-passenger moves, this is good for the route, because the GP38-2, while it's absolutely gorgeous in the UP livery, it's just not fun. You know, the services that you got with it, in my opinion, aren't fun at all. And the GP38-2 on its own it's just weird. It sounds weird. It feels weird to drive. And I'm just extremely salty about not being able to use the center beams. Alright, let's see what's going on here. We got a caution, so we are going to switch up here. Also the yard where you'll see a lot of UPGs either sitting or milling about. beloved center beams. Man, I'd love to grab some of those, take them in and out of these little spurs. But it just ain't going to be. There's literally nothing you can do with any of these spurs. There's a few sightings that you'll go in and out of, but the spurs that lead completely off the line, no dice. Alright, so I'm pretty sure we'll have a 15 mile an hour restriction up here crossing over. Alright, so the signal on the top is blinking. That means we can pass this one, but the next one is going to be no-go. That's actually 10. I thought it was 15. .504. Forget what the other engine is. One more. Right up there by those look like hoppers. Alright, so what are we doing? We're stopping and then uncoupling, and that looks like it. I've enjoyed the almost just about 3 hours now that I've had with this thing. I can't wait to drive it some more. Check out the scenarios, some of the random journey modes. It's a good engine. It's I think I'd easily say it's definitely one of Dovetail's better individual locos. Of course, you kind of have to like what it represents and what you'll do with it, naturally. But even not, you know, you may still enjoy it. Spot. Alright, we'll get out and do it the old-fashioned way. Let's make sure we got this handle all the way. And that's it. That's one of, oh, why don't we'll go and check out and see what we can do with this here. Just to give you an idea of what to look forward to if you purchase it. All right, so timetable mode. I mean, look at this. So we have double now on this route than what we had when it came out. That in itself is nice. All right, so there are 11. This is Prepare, a special train. You have a switch or move. Maintenance away part 1 and 2, that's northbound. Maintenance away part 1 and 2, southbound. Rescue a failed train. This is the one I did where I ran into a train on my line. I don't know if it's a bug or if I was just being really slow. Could easily be me just being really slow. Light Locomotive, assemble another train here. Hoppers to Newhall. That looks like a good run there. Damn. And then Split, special train. Go back, take a look at the scenarios, see what you're going to get. Alright, cutting the cars, which kind of sounds exactly like one of the timetable modes. Santa Clara Savior. Again, kind of sounds like something you do in a timetable mode. And Balancing Act. It'd be good to do these anyway, just in case you don't know the ins and outs of the train or the loco or what to do. And then, of course, you know, just go ham on the timetable mode. Let's see what there is as far as journey. Real quick here. Switch your journey. Let's see. 902F, special train. Deadhead back to Seamoth. Huh, that sounds interesting. 900F Seamoth. We may have to check that out here soon, but there looks to be quite a few. I mean, so you've easily got a dozen hours, you know, probably 24 hours to just have some fun with this engine. But anyway, as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe and click the bell to see when the next one comes out. Anyways, that's it for now. Take care, guys. Bye.